I'll never forget the moment I realized I was in deep trouble. I was on a cruise, one of those dream vacations. I had been looking forward to it for months. Sun, sea, endless buffets, and relaxation. What could go wrong, right? But what I didn't expect was the sharp pain that hit me in the middle of dinner on the second night. It was so sudden, I thought maybe I had just eaten something weird or spicy. But no, it didn't go away. It got worse. I tried to ignore it at first, thinking maybe I was just overreacting. I was on vacation, for crying out loud. I didn't want to ruin the whole trip by going to the doctor. But after a while, I realized something was seriously wrong. It wasn't just indigestion. It felt like my body was betraying me. I ended up heading to the ship's medical center. They told me I might have gallstones and that I needed to get off the ship immediately. My stomach dropped. There I was, halfway across the ocean, in pain, and suddenly hearing that I needed to leave the cruise to get medical help. I was terrified. Not just about the pain, but about what it would cost. Health emergencies on cruises are no joke. They can bankrupt you. And I hadn't thought to get travel insurance for this trip. Who expects something like that to happen? Not me. Here's where things got interesting, though. I had actually signed up for travel insurance, but I didn't remember the details. I'd done it in a hurry when booking the cruise, just clicking through without really thinking it through. But in that moment, I remembered that my insurance had some kind of health coverage. So, in a panic, I pulled out my phone and started searching for any information. I stumbled upon Aura's. It wasn't some big name, but they had this time travel insurance thing going on, which seemed like a cool gimmick. And to be honest, I just needed something to hold on to. I'm not going to lie. I was skeptical. Would it cover me? Was it even real? But I gave them a call, and within an hour, I was connected to someone who actually seemed to care about my situation. They told me to stay calm, that they could work with the ship's medical team, and that I wouldn't have to pay out of pocket for the treatment. You can't imagine how relieved I was. Long story short, I was taken off the cruise and flown to the nearest port for medical treatment. I did have gallstones, and I needed surgery. The whole process was a blur, but the key point was I didn't have to worry about the financial side of things. Aura's covered almost everything. Here's the kicker, though. It wasn't just the money that made a difference. It was the feeling of being taken care of, that someone had my back when I was at my most vulnerable. That sense of relief, knowing that I didn't have to fight to get help, it's something I'll never forget. And here's the thing I learned. Life is unpredictable. You can be doing everything right, planning your dream vacation, and still end up in a situation where you need help fast. That's why, for future trips, I've made sure to always get insurance, especially health coverage. But not just any insurance. I know now that it's the details that matter. Aura's was a lifesaver for me. So yeah, this isn't an ad or a pitch, it's just my story. A real one. Travel insurance is one of those things you hope you'll never need, but when you do, it's like having a safety net. Aura's wasn't just some policy. It was the thing that allowed me to focus on getting better, not worrying about whether or not I could afford my hospital bills in a foreign country. So if you're planning a trip, even just a quick getaway, do yourself a favor. Check out Aura's. I trust them, and I genuinely believe in what they offer. You might never need it, but if you do, you'll be glad you had it. Trust me,